Hey guys, hope you're all well. Hope this video finds you well. So today we're going to be talking about what to expect if you're having twins or thinking about having twins or want to have twins or you have newborn twins. This is more of, what I went through, what I've learned and advice as well. So yeah, hope this helps you out. Number one is they might wake up at the same time. Not all of them do, but some might wake up at the same time. Mine did. I've got a boy and a girl, fraternal twins, and they're going to be 3 in January. But them from the get-go, they woke up at the same time. Literally. It might not have been exactly the same time, but like 5 minutes later, one would wake up, 5 minutes later, the other one would wake up. So what I did to keep my sanity and get sleep is once one was awake, I would make both bottles of milk. So I would put one, those V pillows you sleep on, like when you're pregnant, or feeding pillows. So I'll put one on one side, one on the other side, and I'll get, even the other one, even though they're awake or not awake, I'll get them as well. Put them down, feed them, put them back to bed. I'll go back to bed. Because if you have to feed one and then wait and then go back to bed and then wake up for the other one when they wake, you will never get sleep. I'm telling you, you will not get sleep. So do yourself a favor and feed those babies at the same time, because that will save you. Honestly, that will save your mind. That will save your sleep. It can be a lot. It can be a lot. Those, especially those night feeds, they can be a lot. Because when my partner went back to work, like in the daytime, when he went back to work, I was so nervous. I was thinking, oh my god. Even the night feeds, because obviously if he's working, he needs to sleep and stuff because he has to get up early. So I chose to, most of the times I would do the feeds while he sleeps. So if I really felt like, okay, I need help, then I would wake him. But I was like, how am I going to do this? I was shook. I was scared. I was, it was just, I was full of anxiety. I was like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? No one's here to help me by myself with 2 babies in the house with nobody else. I was scared. But once you get into that rhythm, once you know what to do, you're good. You literally are good to go. Obviously, there's moments where you'll be like, okay, I can't do this. But you have to compose yourself. Yeah, guys. Point is, they might wake up at the same time. And number 2 is your belly might get bigger way early. Mine got bigger way early, and obviously I've had kids before. I had 2 kids before the twins, and they, your belly normally gets bigger earlier when you've had kids before compared to someone who hasn't. So when I saw my belly getting big, I'm thinking, it's a bit big for first trimester. I know I've had kids before, but I'm like, why is it so big? Like, am I having a big baby? That kind of thing. So next time I went to my midwife appointment, she was like, oh, do you have any questions? I said, well, I feel like my belly's kind of too big, for first trimester. So she checked and, she done the checks and stuff. And she goes, yeah, you're quite big, So that day she booked an appointment and our first scan, literally. That was our first scan. She booked in like 20 minutes. So I had to call my partner. I'm like, babe, they're going to give us a scan. Come hurry up. And luckily my partner walks like 10 minutes or so from the hospital. So he was able to come and we went in there and they done the scan and they were like, you got 2 in there. I was like, what? So I was shook. I was like, oh my God, 2? But yeah, that's how we found out we were having twins. So if you're pregnant and you don't know that you're having twins, you might want to ask, and you feel that your belly is a bit big or whatever, you might want to ask your midwife. Hopefully they might give you a scan too. But if not, you will soon find out if you're having twins or not, because you will find out. But yeah, your belly might get bigger way early. Even first timers, I'm sure with twins, you do get, your belly will probably get bigger way, way early. But yeah, be aware of that one. Look out for that one. Point number 3 is they might be meaning premature. Mine were born at 36 weeks. 36 weeks? Yeah, 36 weeks. So they were 2 weeks early, which is not bad. But obviously I wanted to go as far as I can, because obviously the far you go, the better. But with twins, they normally come, well, if you're planned C-section, they normally come early. But some people do go through natural labor with twins. Amazing, because I just think wow. But with mine, it was emergency C-section because them the water was, you know, draining, like they didn't have enough water around them, and they weren't putting on anyway. They actually found that out a few weeks before, and they said, oh, let's see how it goes. So the next appointment, they were like, they didn't put on weight, we need to get them out because, you know, it's not helping them. And yeah, so they planned a C-section, and I was like, oh, can't we wait? The doctors are no, they have to come out. And so when they came out, I didn't see them. They were born and taken straight to NICU, wires, oxygen, all this stuff. I can't remember everything that they said was wrong with them because I was like crying, and I was like, oh my God. But yeah, I remember they put them on oxygen and they had to help them breathe, and they put them on other stuff. So when I saw them, I was like, oh my God. I was like, why did I dinky? And they were basically, one was 3 pounds, one was 4 pounds. And I was like, oh my God. Nobody well, apart from the nurses, we didn't want to touch him. We were like, oh my God, what if we pull a wire out? What if we do this? We were like, oh my God. But yeah, they were prem. The girl came out early from the hospital and out of the machine. The boy was in there for another week or so. So it was sad that we had to take one at home and leave one behind. That just broke my heart. I was I couldn't sleep. Literally, I could not sleep. Like, I would sleep, and then in the morning, the minute we drop the key, my partner would drop me at hospital and then take the other two to school. So he would leave me at the hospital with both twins. One of the twin, Bella, who left the hospital early, he would leave me there with her and Uriah in the NICU, and then he would take the other lot to school. Honestly, this story is manic. It was manic. It was a manic time. But we got there in the end. They called us. They were like, you want to take him? I was like, yes. We were on the way to go back to hospital to, you know, see him and stuff. And they were like, yeah, you know, he can go. Literally, the issue was they were looking at his weight. They were like, he has to be a certain weight before he leaves. And every day they will be like, every other day they will be like, oh, he's put on weight. I'm like, okay, maybe tomorrow will come. Oh, he's lost the weight. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, why? Like, what's going on? But yeah, he was able to put on that weight they wanted, and they gave him to us, and we left hospital with him. But he still has it. He has this condition called mild laryngomalacia. Yeah. Laryngomalacia. And it's where I have to read this, guys. Wait. Right. It's where the tissue falls. It's where the tissue falls in the airway opening, which partially blocks the airway. No, it's where the tissue, basically your airways, it's like there's tissue kind of, for him, there's tissue dangling in the airways, which means it's kind of blocking his airway. So when he breathes, it makes a wheezing sound because it's kind of contracts and, you know, that kind of thing. So he normally wheezes. Normally he's fine. He just plays, and he, you know, when he plays too much, and you know, you hear him go, you hear a wheeze, but he's fine. You know, it's not like it's you know, it's nothing for us to be like, oh my God, what's going on? We're used to it now. But earlier on, we're like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, should we stop him from playing? You know, literally at one point I stopped him from playing. I was like, no, don't do that. Don't, you know, I'll try to stop him from playing, but you can't do that to a toddler. Like, you know, they just want to play. So he still with us now, but it's a lot less than when he was younger. So the thing is with him, if he gets a cold, he ends up in hospital because he needs oxygen, he needs nebulizers, which are inhalers, and most of the times he gets admitted, and we're in there for maybe it can be a week or whatever. It just depends. But recently he hasn't had a cold, thank you Jesus, and I'm hoping next time he does, we don't end up in hospital. So because he's grown up now, he's gonna be 3. I mean, they told us he would outgrow it by 2, but he's still there. So yeah, I kind of went off topic, but yes, there might be prem, but it's nothing to be scared of, guys. Every baby is different. All babies are different. Yours might come out fine, and obviously they look at them. If they're breathing okay by themselves and everything's good, you'll have your baby by your side. But if they need, you know, especially the oxygen, you know, they kind of need, sometimes they need, most prem babies, they need a bit of oxygen to like kickstart them, like come on, because obviously they're not ready to come out in the world, and we just yanked them out, like come on, let's go. You're in the real world now, you know. So sometimes they do need oxygen, but if they need to go to incubators, there's nothing to worry about. Those nurses are brilliant. Honestly, I think prem NICU nurses are like the best nurses ever. They're like always there when you need them. They're always there if you have questions. They literally take care of them. I was so worried when I had to leave Uriah, but they were like, no, don't worry. If you want to call anytime, all hours, night, morning, evening, midnight, 2 o'clock, 3, you can call anytime. You can talk to us and we can tell you how he is. And that put my mind at rest. Like I would call before I go to bed, like at probably midnight or whatever, and I'd be like, how is he? They'd be like, oh, he's fine, you know, he's sleeping or whatever. And I was like, thank you. They're really brilliant. So if your baby needs help, they will take care of that baby, and that baby will soon leave. I know it's gonna seem like eternity when they're in there, and if they discharge you, it will seem like freaking out, like the longest time ever, the longest way. But it will go so quickly. Well, in real time, but in your time it'll be like slow, but you'll get there. You'll get there, guys, and it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it because they're so cute. They're cute. Point number 4 is you might have a C-section. I think a lot of twin moms, I would like to say, get C-sections because those babies, they just like, you know, they can't all be head down. Well, I don't know. I don't think they can. How do they? I know one can be head down, but one can be sleeping funny ways. So mine, I think one was lying across and one was, they were sleeping some funny ways. So obviously with twins, they just, you know, trying to find a space in there. So if they check and you really want to have, I think, a natural birth, if you really push for it and you're like, I want a natural birth, I do not want a C-section, I think they'll let you have, you know, a natural birth. But with me as well, I had 2 C-sections with my previous 2. So really having a natural birth, it was kind of out of the question, and I wasn't really pushing for it. I was like, you know what? Let's get the C-section, let's get it out, you know, let's move it. But at the same time, they were, even though I had planned for a C-section, I had an emergency C-section. So yeah, you might get a C-section, you might not. Just be aware of that. You know, it depends how the babies are lying. It depends your condition. It depends your health condition. There's a lot of things they have to look at. But yeah, you might have a C-section. I know it's not the best thing. I know it sucks because you like, C-sections are painful. They are just painful. God forbid you cough. God forbid you sneeze. Oh my God. And the constipation. Oh my God. And you have to go to toilet. Oh my God. It is something else. But guys, me when I was in hospital, there was this lovely nurse. I think she gave me, was it green tea? There's a tea that she gave me, and she was like, that will help you, you know, your system to start moving so you can go toilet. And literally, I think sometimes they do not discharge you until you've gone number 2. They've done this to me several times with the C-section. They're like, if you haven't gone, you're still staying here because I think something can happen, some complications can happen. So once you go, you know, then they can think about discharging you. But yeah, it can, C-section, they're not something fun. They ain't. I'm just surprised I went through 3. Honestly, I'm surprised I went through 3. And every time, all those 3 times, it's like, it was like, I didn't remember. I mean, I know it's painful, but it was almost new. I was like, oh God. I was like, oh, every time it was like something different happening, you know. But yeah, you might get a C-section. But to me, my thought was, as long as the babies are healthy, I am good. And there's always some women who are like, oh, I need to push. But sometimes you have to get off that high horse and be like, listen, if the doctors are telling you it's not safe, you have to take the advice. I don't think they're going to be there trying to force you to have a C-section to waste resources for no reason. You know, I think they're thinking about your health. And some women think having a C-section is not actually giving birth. They prefer to push and be like, yeah, I pushed. I'm a real woman. I had a baby. I pushed it. And some people see women who have C-sections as like, oh, you're too pushed to push. Oh, this. I'm like, most of us is called an emergency C-section. We don't sit there and be like, yeah, I can push, but just cut me open. I don't know. Most of us is an emergency. It's not elective C-sections. So everyone's got different stories. Everyone's got different reasons for C-sections. So let's not judge women who have C-sections. Like, it's not necessary. If that's, you know, how their babies come into the world, that's how their babies came into the world. If you pushed, you pushed. At the end of the day, she held that baby for 9 months. The baby came into the world. That means she had a baby. It doesn't mean she didn't have a baby just because she didn't give birth just because she had a C-section. Like, I don't get it. But anyway, sorry about the rumble, guys. Sorry about the little rant about rumble. Sorry about the little rant, but yeah, you might have a C-section. And point number 5 is you will have a lot more appointments with the midwife and the doctor because you have 2 babies. You're basically considered high risk. Everything is high risk. They think blood pressure. They tell you when I first went for my first appointment, the way they scared me, I was like, what the hell? It's like literally everything you could get during pregnancy, you will get and more. Well, not get, but you might get and more. Blood pressure, preeclampsia, what else? Blood clots, everything. They were like, you might get it, you might get this, you might get this, you might get. I was like, anything else? Anything left? No, I think, you know, I was like, wow. So yeah, you have to, you have a lot more appointments. So because they need to check the babies are good, they need to check you're good, they need to check where they're positioned, and the appointments are even longer. So instead of the appointment being 10 minutes, yours will be probably 20-25 minutes because, you know, being the how they lie and stuff, they need to check both babies. So yeah, you'll have double appointments, but it's for your own good, it's for the baby's good. And even the scans, you have more scans than regular, you know, than those who have one baby. So yeah, fun. Point number 6, you will need a bigger car if you don't already have a bigger car. We had a 5-seater, and I was like, before, I think actually, yeah, after we found out I was pregnant, we're thinking, oh, we can do this, we can do that, and then, you know, we can. No, it did not work. It did not work because after we thought about, we're like, first of all, you have a twin buggy that you have to put in the boot, and then you have the 2 car seats, and then you have 2 other children, you and then the partners. Well, those don't count, but we had 2 other children, so there's no way we're gonna fit in a 5-seater. No way, Jose. Unless we had 2 different cars. One takes that car and then the rest follow, which is ridiculous. It's even more expensive, really. So we had to get a 7-seater, what we have now, and it fits us just right. It's just perfect. And at this point, the twins' age, which is going to be 3, they don't actually, now that they're walking properly, they don't use the pram as often, which means I might have my boot back. Yes, honestly, the last two years, that pram has stayed in that boot every single day. It doesn't come out, it just stays in there. We use it if we have a walk. Once we come back, we fold it, put it back in the boot. Like, it goes everywhere we go. But I think during lockdown now and stuff, since the lockdown, I've had the pram upstairs because if my partner goes to work and we want to take a walk, you know, I need the pram if they get tired. But recently we took a walk, maybe, I'd like to say an hour there and back, and they walked the whole way. Obviously in between we'll give them, you know, a little curry if they want it or whatever, but they walked the whole way and they would play and stuff, and I was like, I was surprised. I thought they were gonna kick off mommy carry. I thought they were gonna kick off, but they didn't, and they walked, and I thought, oh, wow, I'm gonna have my boot back. I actually have my boot back now that we do, grocery shopping. I can actually put food, my grocery shopping in the boot instead of putting it in the mid, in like where the passenger feet are, because normally that's where we put it, because if the car seat is in there, we can't put the shopping in there. So now I've got my boot. It's like, it's so massive. I was like, oh my god, I got a boot. I know it's not that exciting, but it's exciting to me. It's exciting to me to have my car boot back. It's exciting. But yeah, you might need a bigger car. Point number 7, I think you will probably need a support belt. A support belt is where you put it under your belly, like when your belly starts getting heavy. And actually, even singletons sometimes they need it, but with twin pregnancies, most of the time you need a support belt to help kind of take off the pressure off your pelvis, and try to just help support that weight. My mom bought me one, which I used when I started getting heavy and I started waddling, and my I think my hips hurt a bit, but they weren't so painful, so I wore it, and they actually help. It actually helps support the belly of your pelvis. So you might want to invest in one. I don't think they're really that expensive. It depends which one you're getting, but I think you can get quite affordable ones off eBay that will work for you. So yeah, get one. It will be good for you. Yeah guys, I hope these points helped you. If you've got newborn babies, congratulations, and I hope everything went well, and I hope these points help you. If you know anyone who's pregnant with twins or had twins, share this video to them, and hopefully help them. And we'll speak to you later. Bye guys.